this week after Arizona?
These guys came back really determined to put together a great week, and I couldn't help but recognize it on Wednesday, Thursday, and again today. We've had 3 terrific days. This is a championship preparation week, and I'm really pleased about it. I know they feel it too. So we're trying to really kick it into our best mode, and I'm really fired up with what we did today.
He's on Mike Bennett, just getting that taken care of.
Yeah, it's a good day. We have a chance to recognize Mike and do something for the future. A guy that's been a terrific player for us, and he's been a great team guy for us. Mike has been a guy that was hoping that he'd have a chance to retire as a Seahawk and wants to be here and be part of this thing, and he's shown nothing but that. So it's a nice recognition for him.
You've had these conversations with him for a long time now. What ultimately got it done?
It just took time. That's all. Just took time to do it and get through it. And we work with the next guy up. And Mike was the next guy up. And things like this don't always work out. And they have, and sometimes you can come to an agreement. Sometimes you can't. We've had a master plan all along. John's done, I think, a marvelous job of sticking with it. You can see the formula that we've, it's really clear how we've rewarded the guys that have been with us and have been our core players and core leadership. And this is just another expression of that. So there's a big plan for us, and we just keep moving forward as best we can and keep working and show them that there's some continuity to this whole thing. I'm really proud of Mike, proud of Matt Thomas and John for getting this worked out. Even though it comes at a kind of an odd time here at the end of the year, it is about the future.
Michael had been vocal for a little while about hoping to get a new deal, but it seemed like it never impacted anything he did on the field or the way he approached things and things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation because that's the truth. That's exactly right. Mike expressed something quite a while back, and so it's come to this day where we finally have a chance to make a statement about it. He's always done his thing. He's always done football the way he's supposed to do it. He's always been a good team guy. He's always fought for us just as well as anybody in this team. So it's a good day.
How do you make sure it doesn't get personal in situations like that where a player might want something and you're kind of in a couple different positions in a couple different areas?
Yeah, there is an element of it in that regard, and there's sometimes during the course of negotiation, not particularly this one, but we've had some, over time that at times it does get to that level, and we do everything we can to keep it as businesslike as possible. We always have a thought and a plan in mind, and we try to do a good job of executing that and staying with it, with all due consideration in regard to our players and the people that we're working with. So, but sometimes it does get to a sensitive point. This one went very well.
How involved are you in those discussions as they're going on?
I'm involved with it at the level that I want to be involved with it, which is not to have to do with the day-to-day part of it. John and I, have mapped out what we're doing, what we're trying to get done, and then on his side of it, he's got to go execute it. He and Matt Thomas, work this stuff out and get the job done. But we're very much in part of the master plan, and then it's the workings of it that those guys take care of, and so they leave me out of it for all the right reasons.
You've talked about Michael's versatility quite a bit along the line. What does that allow you guys to do as a defense or coaching staff, or how does that impact?
He has really special talent, and it's as always, you hear me talking about uniqueness. Mike is a very unique football player. He's not the biggest or the strongest or the fastest. He's just a terrific football player, and so we try to utilize Mike in positions and give him areas and spots of the defense where he can utilize his savvy and that natural feel he has. And there's times, Mike takes some chances, that sometimes bite us, but the great majority of the time he's able to utilize his instincts, the scheme, and then we can play the defense the way we want to and allow him to be really active. I would think most people that play us are really concerned about Mike because you're not quite sure how he's going to hit it and how he's going to get in the backfield. Just every game he makes a play in the backfield in the running game, and he's always a factor in the pass game. So he's been a great asset to us. I think it's a tribute to Chris and the guys that work with the defensive side of it to find ways to make sure our guys are in good positions, and this is a good illustration of that.
When you first brought him in 2013, he wasn't highly sought after, I guess, in the free agent market. He took the one-year deal. Did you know what you were getting in him? What were your impressions of him when you first?
Back in the day of this one, it seems like Dan Quinn had something to do with it because he had been around him before, and he had some insights to him. Mike was not a drafted player either, and he had demonstrated some playmaking ability, but he had been kind of maybe a hard guy to to corral, because in other systems he might not have fit as well. We have the openness to try and figure out how to utilize a guy's strengths maybe a little differently than somebody else. And so we found that he had some stuff, but it took us a while to recognize that. It wasn't immediate. But by the next year, we were really tuned into him, and we were thrilled that he was part of our team.
After that 2012 season, you said pass rush was kind of a focus to get Mike and Cliff on back-to-back days. I mean, could that have worked out any better?
No, those guys have played so well together, and to see both those guys have such good seasons and contribute in a way, and to be so close and all that. I really like that part, that they're such close friends too, and they've really been able to play off of each other and utilize each other's strengths, and they've been a good factor for us.
Part of your master plan seems to be that you're not spending all that much money on your offensive line, relative to other parts of the team. Do you see that changing at all in the future? Or?
Are you kind of hoping that we do that? It's just been the way that the structure has come out, and we're trying to take advantage of, the opportunities when we have them, and we got a young group now, and these guys are going to grow up with us, and we're really excited about that. There's no question that it's the first year together with this group, but we have a chance to keep it pretty solid, and hopefully we'll be able to do that, and then we'll reap the benefits of the continuity, and then their time will come, and we'll deal with that as the time comes. It's not about spending money, it's about getting guys in the right spots and doing what you can do. And we've never played guys because of how much money they make, and we're not going to ever do that. We're going to play the guys that best suit us and fit us, and there's illustrations of that throughout the years. But these guys are all young. They're going to grow up, and I'm hoping that this is going to be an offensive line in the future that we're going to be really proud of and fired up to have.
George has been in the starting lineup for about half the season now. What have you seen from him? How has he come along, and how do you kind of assess where he's at right now?
George is a terrific athlete. He's really, for a 300-pound guy to be able to move like he moves as well as anybody, and better than a lot of guys that play left tackle spot. So as he's learning the game and he becomes more familiar, we're going to be able to take more advantage of of all of the skills that he has. Sometimes it works for him, sometimes it doesn't, and so that's just the process that he's going through. We've had to be patient for sure, but he's done enough good stuff, and he's shown enough upside, and he's played enough solid football that we've felt like it was worth the commitment. And if anybody's going to make a huge jump between year one and year two, this is a guy that never played football before. So we can only imagine that his ability to improve and to grow up I think it's going to happen very quickly. And so he's shown remarkable skill, and so we're going to try to keep building on that.
Have you narrowed in on a punt returner, or who kind of takes over that role now? With that?
Yes. Yeah, we have. We've done that.
That's as far as you want to go with that?
Yeah. No reason to.
Does the fact that Richard plays
we
corner...
We can hang out our wash, but we don't need to, so I'm not going.
Does the fact that Richard plays corner and everything, does that factor into it, that he's a guy who's on the field every play, or...?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Kind of all week the talk has been consistency. Were there things you saw in practice that lead you to believe? Maybe
yeah, that's why I'm fired up about this week. Every day was really an extension of the first day out, and the guys are very tuned in. They're trying in every way to make sure that they're maximizing every snap in practice, and that's all we ask for. And that was really accomplished this week. So I'm looking forward to seeing them play.
Pete, Richard's had an eventful couple of weeks here. Just where is his head at? Where is he at mentally as you go into week 17?
Richard's been through a lot in his career, and he's pretty resilient, and I think he's fine. I think he's had a good, solid week. There's obviously been some things that he's made statements about and this and that, but he has returned to all the focus that we need him to do to put together a good week, so he should be fine.
Anything else? Thank you.
Happy New Year.